What's good with y'all, man? It's been a few days since I last uploaded, but I've just been researching a lot, man. I've been really like coming to grips with a lot of shit, and I've been manifesting a lot, and I feel like it's time to share that knowledge, bro. Um, Really, I've come to understand who I am as far as like astrology goes. I've been really getting into astrology, and I've been really listening and learning about who I am. I'm a water sign. I'm a Pisces, and that really highlights a lot of things that I kind of already knew, but it gave me a more in-depth understanding. I am very emotional, not in a bitch way, like I cry, but like I feel people's emotions. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be in a room, I can sense the energy in the room. I can sense who's there. I know who's been there. Like I got this really like in-depth feeling of what you're feeling, and it helps me make my choices. Like I'll be next to somebody and I can tell they don't want to fuck with me. They have no intention of talking to me. They have no intention of talking to anybody. They're just upset. So I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna speak to you. I'm gonna just leave you the fuck alone. I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? And then I can look at somebody and I can also tell what they're thinking as well as feeling. It really highlights my personal traits, and it's really giving me a better understanding, because lately I've been struggling with who I am as a person, who I am as a man, and really understanding what it is that I'm supposed to do here. Like I think I have it figured out, and then I hear something else, then I get lost, and then I get stuck. And really, it's telling me that I'm a feeler. I always have been. Like I said in a few other videos ago, I said that I look at photos and I can tell what happened in that picture. I can tell what was going on. I can feel the spirit, either of that person or of the time. I can feel it. And it's weird because it's not like a touch or a smell. It's like a right here. I really get it in my right shoulder, man. Like I feel this shit. And it's a very complex thing to understand, because sometimes I can be thrown off. Like it also told me that my emotions cloud some of my thinking. And that shit makes sense. It really does. It clouds some of my thinking. And it keeps me from understanding shit because I feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Helping me understand who I match up with against. And I was so like not with this shit because I always thought that astrology was the devil. They always tell you things that you're supposed to know are wrong, and they blame it on the devil. He's the scapegoat for all the bullshit that we go through. He's the cause of it, but he's also the scapegoat. If it's not right, or they tell you that it's not right, but it really is, it's the devil's fault. This time that we in, man, it is really a period of self-discovery. Because look at this shit, man. It is a fucking beautiful day outside, bro. Beautiful. The sun is shining. Those chemtrails look amazing. It look great. It look great, man. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. Seeing white people out having fun. I'm in the suburbs. It's great. It's great. But there's a riot everywhere. Police shootings. Murder. Race war agenda. Trump going into that fucking underground bunker. Now I learned something yesterday from a YouTuber that is very, very knowledgeable. He's really been helping me on my path the last 4 years, man. Truth and Veil 77. Go watch his videos. I don't know how he gets the knowledge. I guess it's his intuition as well, but he really breaks it down, man. He really does the research. He really goes in depth, man. That is a really true motherfucker. Young nigga too. A lot of these people that are informing me, they're young niggas. The oldest I've seen somebody that has this knowledge in their 40s. The oldest. Everybody else is in their 20s. That I listen to anyway. They in their 20s, man. They are young niggas, and they have all this knowledge. It's truly a work of the Most High, and we are able to understand this type of complexity. There are people that go their whole lives without ever understanding any of the world. They just think, oh, it's the way things go. They die without knowing female nature. They die without knowing we aren't we're we aren't human. Like, we're spirits in a human body. We're not humans. You know what I'm saying? It's not real, and they have no concept of that. They have no spirituality. A lot of them are stuck in religion, or they're atheists. People go their whole lives without ever knowing shit. People go their whole lives without knowing that a man is supposed to be in power. That is the most important thing. I think that's basic. I learned that shit backwards. I learned about the Illuminati first, then I learned how a man is supposed to be. Really, why I'm teaching this shit to y'all the way I teach it is because you have to understand your power as a man, your direction, your sense of leadership, your compassion. You have to understand these things. You have to gain an intellectual knowledge of who you are and profusely put that out into the world, man. You have to, bro. You have to know what it is that you do, what you're capable of, and what your purpose is. A lot of us go our whole lives without ever knowing that shit. And it's a tragedy. There are niggas that'll die that way, bro. That's why we need to take advantage of this, because the divine source is leading you here, man. It's leading you to all this knowledge. It's the Great Awakening. That's the period that we're in. Age of Aquarius. This is an awakening period. With this knowledge that I've been gaining, I've been looking at the world in a different way. When the corona first started, nigga, I ain't gonna fake to you, I was scared shitless. And it wasn't because, oh, there's a disease out here that's gonna kill us. Really, it was because I knew everybody was going to be damned, and I knew this was going to be the last time that I saw a lot of people, whether I knew them or not. All those souls are just going to go. And it really fucked with me for a while, man. I knew I was going to be okay, and I knew most of my family would be, but a lot of people, they're going to burn, man, and it's so fucked up. Then I had to understand the concept of death and know that we don't ever die. We don't really die. We're infinite. We're infinite. Our souls don't die. Energy can't die. We are going nowhere. We're going nowhere, bro. Things have to crash for new things to be born. Things have to be destroyed before they are ever continued. This is a new birth you're witnessing. The world that we see now is crumbling for a reason. It's fucked. In the days of Noah, the same shit was going on. As we grow, you will see more and more fucked up shit. They just talked about UFOs the other day on site. Bro, there will be more and more fucked up shit. I promise you. The Bible was unfolding in front of our eyes, man. You thought that shit was a lie? Was just a fucking story? Oh, it's a story, not of the past, of the present. And nothing new under the sun. Things happen and happen and happen. The cycle will repeat. After the 7 years that the devil owns the world, it will die and it will be reborn. This shit is just a cycle, man. The Matrix had me really thinking. Said that there are 6 other matrices before the one Neo was in, making me believe that there are 6 other worlds that we have been in, or a number around that. I know that the flood happens. I know that Rome crashed. This is a form of Rome. Egypt crashed. This is a form of Egypt. Babylon crashed. This is a form of Babylon. The flood happens. Who knows exactly how many times the world has been fucked up, but I know instead of water, this time it'll be engulfed in flames. I know that much. The chaos and the destruction right now, we are going to thrive in it. The chosen ones. That's what it was telling me on my signs, that I derive out of chaos. I am cool under destruction. I always have been. I always have been. My thoughts have never been clearer in this pandemic. They have never been more focused and concentrated. quick update on my semen retention. I am now on day 22, bro. Day 22, man. I feel amazing, dog. I feel great, man. I'm smiling. I'm happy. Life is fantastic. I still get horny. I still get my cravings, but it's pushed in a different direction. I'm no longer stuck on this bitch, that bitch. I think more in terms of, I gotta get this money. I gotta get this project out. I got a lot of music I'm working on. I got a lot of art that I'm working on, man. I got a lot of things talents I didn't even know I had. Me just like listening to my intuition, things that was telling me, okay, you need to go ahead and work on this shit. You need to work on this shit. You need to work on this shit. I've never been more productive in my life. Semen retention is real, bro. It's what's giving me all this clarity, all that knowledge I just spit to y'all. This is from not beating my dick. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it, bro. One of my coworkers, man, this nigga just put on a story like a couple days ago. He said, I left my kids on the couch. I fell asleep while beating my dick. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? These niggas just be letting that shit go. No problem, man. I used to be like y'all, bro. I'm not. I don't let it go no more, man. What is the point? I don't even see the point anymore. It's like, yeah, porn be hot as fuck. I'm not even gonna fake to you. It be hot as fuck. But like, after a while, I'm just like, people fucking, like, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I watching y'all handle y'all business, bro? I can do the same shit, man. Like, I don't see it anymore. I use it more as like an art form. The way it's made isn't an art form, but I see sex more as an art form. That must be the semen retention. Like, I'm seeing a lot of like beauty and art, like in a woman's body. I'm seeing it more as like an artistic type of thing. I'm seeing life more in a cycle. I'm seeing it more as like, you know, life and death is the same thing. Things must die in order for there to be life again. It's so interesting. I have an onion in my house that I got from a neighbor. I never did anything with it. I never chopped it up. I never did shit. It's wilting. It's just sitting in my house wilting. Out of it is at least a 2-foot long stem, all green. And that really is like, that right there has really been like the symbol of the last 3 months. The onion itself is dying while a new one is growing out of it. It's such a weird thing because the top is so healthy. The bottom is fucked. It's wilted. It's brown. There's no smell to it though. It's like, that symbolism right there is really like intriguing to me. And how it manifested into my house, man. How a lot of things are manifested into my life. It's really interesting. It really is. I didn't know the world worked like this. I've been stuck on the past for so long. Like, a year ago, I didn't think this way at all, man. A year ago, I was stuck on bitches, still in high school, worried about homework, working 40 hours a week trying to get the fuck out of my parents' house, hoping to get a car. I didn't give a fuck what it was. Hoping to get a car. Things were so much complex, so much more. Now I look back on it, they really weren't. The things I used to stress over, they don't even matter no more. Like, I'm a completely different man than I was 365. I really am, man. The power of this semen retention is unreal. The power of staying focused and really concentrating on who you are and what you want to be and living in the moment. We get so caught up in what's right, what's wrong, that we don't see. We don't see it.